Have you ever felt like your days are not your own, constantly nodding along just to avoid conflict? Approval hunting in silence while your own needs are buried beneath politeness? You smile when you're exhausted, agree when you disagree, apologize when you've done nothing wrong, and all for a sense of peace that never truly arrives. This is not compassion. This is quiet self-abandonment. The Stoics never lived this way. They taught us to live according to nature, to be ruled by reason, not by fear, and to find peace within, not in the approval of others. People-pleasing is a subtle betrayal of the self, a way of living where you trade your truth for comfort. But today, that ends. We're going to reclaim the voice within you that's been quiet for far too long. You don't need permission to be yourself. You need courage to stop shrinking. So let's walk the Stoic path back to freedom, where self-respect becomes your guide and your inner peace returns. Habit 1. See the habit that drains you. It begins with noticing, not changing. Not fighting, just honestly seeing how often your yes is rooted in fear, not truth. Do you say yes because you care, or because you're afraid of being disliked, judged, or seen as difficult? The Stoics taught that we can't control others' thoughts, only our own. So ask yourself in each choice, is this driven by integrity or insecurity? Keep a journal. Observe your discomfort without shame. Watch how often you silence yourself for the sake of keeping things smooth. The moment you become aware of this habit is the moment its grip begins to weaken. You are not here to be everything for everyone. You are here to live aligned with who you are. That is your only real duty. Awareness is your first act of freedom. Habit 2. Model calm strength in action. Think of someone who walks into a room and doesn't seek approval, but carries presence. They speak clearly, assert boundaries with grace, and listen more than they talk. This isn't arrogance, it's arete, the Stoic excellence of character. When you observe them, you'll notice they don't need to explain themselves or overcompensate. They simply trust their inner compass. You can learn this too, not by pretending, but by practicing. Try small moments where you state your truth with calm. Thank you, but I see it differently. It might shake you at first, but the more you do it, the stronger your foundation becomes. Mirror this energy, not to impress others, but to remember how it feels to be at home in your own skin. Confidence isn't loud. It's the quiet power of not needing to please. Habit 3. Pause and hear yourself again. When was the last time you sat in silence, not scrolling, not reacting, not performing, just listening to yourself? People pleasers rarely stop long enough to hear their own voice. The Stoics were obsessed with reflection. Socrates called it essential. So stop. Walk without music. Sit by a window. Ask yourself gently, what do I want today? Not what others expect, but what truly aligns with your soul. At first, your mind will be noisy, filled with to-do lists, imagined criticism, and guilt. Let it settle. Underneath that is your truth, quiet but firm. The more you listen to it, the more you'll know what's yours to carry and what's not. That's how you break free from the automatic need to serve others before yourself. You weren't born to be agreeable. You were born to be real. Habit 4. Trust the inner signal. There's a moment before every decision where your body whispers something true. A pause, a tug, a breath that tightens or softens. That's your intuition, the natural, reasoned guide the Stoics trusted deeply. People pleasers override that whisper to avoid discomfort. But discomfort is not the enemy, self-betrayal is. So next time you feel pressured to say yes, stop. Breathe. Ask, is this aligned with who I am, or am I avoiding conflict? Picture your future self looking back. Will they feel proud or disappointed? The Stoic life is one of mindful action, not automatic compliance. Every decision made with presence is an act of reclaiming your life. You don't need everyone to agree. You need to agree with yourself. That's the only compass that won't lead you astray. Habit 5. Saying no without shame. You've been taught that no is rude, that it disappoints, disrupts, denies. But in Stoicism, temperance teaches us to choose wisely when to act and when to hold back. A graceful no is not rejection, it's alignment. Every time you say no to what's wrong for you, you protect what's right. Try it gently. Say, I appreciate the offer, but I can't take it on right now. It's respectful, it's clear, and it's powerful. Ask yourself, what will I lose by saying yes to this? Often, it's your peace, your rest, your truth. Saying no doesn't mean you're selfish. It means you're sovereign. And when your no is rooted in clarity, it's an act of love not just for yourself, but for those you refuse to mislead. Habit 6. Let your values lead the way. When the world pulls you in 100 directions, your values are the anchor. The Stoics believed virtue was the only true good. So ask yourself, what values define you? Is it honesty? Growth? Courage? Write them down. Then live them, not when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Before you answer a request, pause and ask, does this support the person I'm becoming? If it doesn't, let it go, without guilt, without story. Your values are not there to decorate your journal. They're there to steer your life. When you follow them, people's approval loses its grip on you. You become a person of direction, not distraction. Let your values be your sword and shield. You'll stop explaining yourself and start living with purpose. Habit 7. Exist without apologizing. There's a quiet violence in constantly saying sorry for simply existing, for taking time, for being late, for having needs. The Stoics taught us to be humble, yes, but not invisible. Instead of sorry I'm late, try thank you for waiting. Instead of shrinking, stand. Ask yourself, am I apologizing because I've done harm or because I fear judgment? Only one of those is worth the word. The other is just a reflex of insecurity. Save your apologies for when they mean something. Let gratitude speak more than guilt. You are allowed to take up space, to speak, to rest, to change your mind. You don't owe the world an apology for living. You owe yourself the respect of showing up fully. Conclusion. Reclaiming the self. People-pleasing is not just a habit, it's a slow unraveling of who you are. But it ends the moment you choose honesty over harmony, values over validation, presence over performance. This isn't about becoming cold or combative. It's about choosing to be centered, strong, and clear. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, our power lies within our own mind, not in the shifting tides of others' opinions. Tonight, reflect. Where did I abandon myself today? Tomorrow, begin again with one small, intentional act of self-loyalty. That's how you come home. You don't need to earn your worth by appeasing others. You already have it. And the world doesn't need your perfect mask. It needs your real, rooted, imperfect self. That's who we came to see. That's who we trust. and that's who you were always meant to be.